And we're back in action. It's Trill, it's Clo.
Look at the lizard. Oh, hey guys. I'm
It's
Clo.
time to talk about some sports.
Willie. Got 3 topics today. The AB drama's finally resolved. He back in Central Michigan taking some ANC 1102 classes because he has karma, and I'm going to get into that in a little bit. We got Daniel Jones going off in his debut. We got Kyle Allen going off in his debut. I don't know who Cam Newton is. He might not even be on the Panthers next year. And then we're just going to also just, talk about week 3 because week 3 was kind of crazy. I know it was kind of crazy for me. I was supposed to win in fantasy, the fantasy aspect, and I lost because of Russell Wilson dropping 52 fantasy points. The guy I played, nobody scored more than 10 points besides Derrick Henry for him, and then Russell Wilson dropped 52 points. And I lost, and I'm 1-2 now instead of being 2-1. Instead of being the 5th seed in my league, I'm the 9th seed now. But other than that, big recap, big debuts by Kyle Allen and Daniel Jones. We got the AB karma. You want to kick into it?
First of all, my week 3, pretty insane myself as a Raven fan. I had to sit back and watch Patrick Mahomes do Patrick Mahomes things versus us, and it's depressing. Honestly, that man's he's honestly already a top 5 quarterback, if not top 3 right now. Because he just does
to have 103 touchdowns and 0 interceptions.
He does
and 11,000 passing yards through 2 years. They had a stat yesterday for the Monday night game. It was like the 3 quarterbacks that got taken out of 2017: Mahomes, Watson, and Trubisky. Trubisky and Watson, they've been playing since their rookie year. They've had a total of like 60 touchdowns total. Patrick Mahomes played a year and 3 games so far, and he has 62 touchdowns. That just shows, he's going
terrifying.
to break records. He is going to take records. He watched the game. He watched the whole game. He said Patrick Mahomes, the only incompletions he had was because he was being lazy. That's how deadly he is. And he's pretty scary. I got my Packers going over there in Kansas City, I think in week 7 or week 8. Hopefully it's a shootout. Hopefully Aaron lets people know that he's still the top dog. But Patrick Mahomes is really scary. And another takeoff for me is, as I was just talking about him, the guy who ruined my fantasy week, Russell Wilson, is arguably a top 5 quarterback, and he's a game changer. He literally had 2 rushing touchdowns, over 40 rushing yards, 400 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 to lock it. I believe it might be 2 to lock it. The man does everything for Seattle. You got Carson fumbling the ball in the past 3 games, so they took him out. Prosay wasn't doing that much. Penny is hurt. So it was really just Russell Wilson bringing that team back from 33 to, I think it was 33 to 14, to ending the game. He did some Kawhi shit. There was a flag at the end of the game. The time ran out. The Saints were going to win. The Seahawks were down 33 to 20. This man said, no, give me my 5 seconds back.
I need all my points.
Give me my 5 seconds back. And I think there was another flag after that. And he said, give me my 5 seconds back again. And he threw it to the tight end. Or I think he ran it in. And that just killed all my hopes and dreams. The man is a competitor. And I know a lot of people hate on him because, the future hive, this and that. Besides that, I'm talking about sports-wise, Russell Wilson is a top 5 quarterback. And he is most definitely an MVP candidate. Seattle goes as far as Russell Wilson goes. 100%.
Not only that, there was a play at the end of the first half, like literally right before halftime. He was just running around, trying to buy time. And DK Metcalf was 50, 60 yards down the field. He just flicked his wrist. It's the most I promise you, I don't know if it's just a black quarterback thing, but Mahomes can do it. Lamar can do it. Wilson can do it. Watson can do it. Dak can do it. It's just a flick of the wrist for these guys, and the ball is traveling 50, 60 yards down the field. It's terrifying at this point. There's nothing you can do about it. And they don't think about Mahomes and damn near Wilson right now. They don't have really top tier receivers, especially with Tyreek being out.
Bro, Russell Wilson has
throwing the ball to?
Russell Wilson has DK and Tyler Lockett. Tyler Lockett finally went out yesterday. I think he had 11 catches for over 120 yards and a touchdown or 2. There's no one on that team besides Russell Wilson. DK is a rookie. He might pan out. Tyler, as I just said, he's trying to come through since Doug Baldwin retired. Carson just keeps fumbling the ball. That's it. And Disley, they're tight end. I don't even know who Disley is. They have no one on that team, and it's Russell Wilson who has them 2-0.
And Bobby Wagner on defense.
Yeah, I'm talking about offensive side. Bobby Wagner is a completely different story. The only reason the Seahawks are 2-1 and not 3-0 because of Russell Wilson's play is because the Saints just took over with their defense in the beginning of the game. They had over 20 fantasy points. It was too much for Russell Wilson to come back with the amount of talent that they have on offense.
Most definitely. Jumping into the AB drama and everything
Karma.
that's going on. Karma, drama, the situation, basically.
Karma. 100% karma.
I feel like now that he's back at Central Michigan taking online classes or whatever he's doing, I feel like it's kind of pointless at this point. He's just trying to do things to stay in the media headlines because, I'm sorry, now that you've already announced that you're done with the NFL and You know, the NFL is kind of investigating you for these rape allegations and everything.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, don't nobody really care. Like, until you beat that charge, or at least beat this situation with the NFL,
People think they're so
people don't
big
care.
until, like, yo, people don't care. Antonio Brown, you did what you did. They care to a certain extent, but it's not like they don't care. They don't care that you're in Central Michigan. You posted an Instagram picture in front of you. I think you had a Rolls Royce and you had a big ass private jet behind you, saying against the odds. Like, the odds are against you because you did that. I'm gonna say it's karma from the jump, from you wanting to leave Pittsburgh, throwing Big Ben on the bus, or he did it vice versa. You not wanting to play Week 17, to you wanting to go to New England. They didn't send you there. They shipped your ass to Oakland. Then you were like, oh, let me see how I can get out of Oakland. Got out of Oakland, got what you wanted. Everything is coming together. Oh my God, my dream is coming true. I'm gonna be playing with Tom Brady. 4 catches, 56 yards, a big tutty for the Patriots against a sorry-ass Dolphins team with Antonio Brown. Then a couple of days later, your former trainer says that you raped her. You got messages, this and that. And if it's one team that's not going to put up with that, is the Patriots and Bill Belichick and his evil stare to all these reporters. They cut you, and now look. You thought you had everything figured out, and that just shows you that life, you're not bigger than life. Life is always going to be bigger than you. And look at that. Now you lost $40 million. Then you lost another $9 million. Then I think you lost a $1 million base salary from the Patriots. In total, you lost around $50 million just because you want to try to be so big, and your ego has gotten so big that now you're back at college, taking your classes. Go get your education. Go get your bachelor's degree that you never got because you went to the league. And you were one of the best receivers during your time. But
I need you to understand this.
Karma.
We all remember what Tiger Woods went through and everything of that situation, and we remember the sponsors he got dropped.
Oh my God, I forgot Nike dropped. I forgot all these people dropped.
Nike dropped AB and didn't drop Tiger Woods. If that doesn't tell you everything right there you need to know about the situation, I don't know what else will.
Dog, he's a drama queen. He thinks he's too big. I understand that. Don't get me wrong. You probably don't have to play football ever again. You don't even have to probably be a radio host or like an analyst like some of these former players. You don't have to do anything. I know you got enough money to, and I know you're smart to invest your money wisely and shit, but like your ego got too big to you. Like, Julio's better than you. I'm sorry. You're 5'11". I don't give a fuck about the stats. Like, your ego got too big, and now look at that. You're out of the NFL, and that just, it sucks. It's sad to see.
It's very sad to see. I feel like with him, the biggest thing is, like you said, it all started back in Pittsburgh. And the thing is, everywhere he's gone and every place he's been, something has transpired. You can look at the biggest thing when he was in New England recently. They just cut him, and literally the day after they cut him, he starts talking about Robert Kraft.
Oh my God, yeah.
And it's like,
he's
bro,
most definitely not going to go to the NFL.
Are you crazy right now?
All these teams are going to see him. It's like, word. So that's how you just like, it's kind of like with your employer. Like, you just start talking shit about your employer after they gave you the opportunity and gave you work. No
bro, they gave you a job for a week off the face of your name.
Bro, no team's going to
straight
want
up.
him. No team.
And you just cost yourself like this, and it's like, look, you obviously don't care about the money. You ain't got to tell nobody that. We know, we can see that. It's obvious right now. But, bro, like, honestly, the way you went about everything and you cost yourself this money, I just feel like you don't have the right people in your corner. That's what it's honestly starting to come down to at the end of the day. You have a whole bunch of yes men in your corner and nobody that's really trying to tell you what's best for you, what's best for your hell, what's best for your kids and setting them up for the future. Forget your life.
Yeah.
You want to make sure your kids ain't never got to work and ain't never got to go through nothing in life. And at this point, you're just making it hard. Bro, you putting targets on your kids' backs at this point. I'm sorry to say that, but
if you didn't want
that's
to play
kind
for
of
the
what's
Raiders,
happening.
you should have just talked to them. You didn't have to make a scene, go into some fucking chamber and get blisters on your feet, this and that. Now I want to play here. Now I want to report there. Call the GM a cracker, bro. Obviously you didn't want to be there anymore. But you think karma wasn't gonna come around the way you were treating them? You think something bad wasn't gonna happen to you?
Bruh, I want everyone to just type in Antonio Brown Sports Illustrated article whenever you got the chance. There's literally a 3 to 4 page article where this man has just been doing some of the most evil, vile things to people that has worked for him.
Oh my God,
over the
farting in
past
front of
few
his
years.
doctor. Bro, you a grown ass man, bro. How immature can you be?
Like, bro, he's
The
really.
doctor just trying to give you a massage and you farting in front of him. He can't even move because he's doing his job for you to make sure you're straight. He's a child, 100% a child.
So many things.
But moving on, we got Daniel Jones. If you had him this week, if you scooped him up because poor old Eli got benched, he dropped in a half PPR league. He dropped, which has nothing to do with quarterbacks, but 6 points per touchdown for a quarterback. He dropped 40.8 points. He had 2 rushing touchdowns, the game-winning rushing touchdown against the Buccaneers. Daniel Jones is looking like the truth. And Baker Mayfield looking like he got shit in his mouth for talking all that about Daniel Jones, saying he's not that good of a quarterback. Man got the same record as you. Your team has the same record. and it's looking good for New York. I really like Daniel Jones. If you he's not owned by that much people in fantasy, so if you got him, just scoop him up. They're playing the Redskins. You're not gonna find out too much about him until he plays a good defense. But they're playing the Redskins. You saw what Trubisky just did, and Taylor Gabriel with 3 touchdowns. You pick up Daniel Jones and you start him if you can, because he's gonna ball.
Very simple. I think he had a great game this weekend. He had 2 100-plus yard receivers and a tight end, Evan Ingram and Sterling Shepard. They each caught a touchdown as well, and then he accounted for 2 rushing touchdowns. With Saquon being out as well, I feel like we will really start to learn a lot more about this kid, Daniel Jones. Just exactly what he can do, what his strengths and weaknesses are, and everything of that nature. Because just for the simple fact, there were 2 plays that you can already see he's different from Eli in 100% of the way. They ran a read option. Lord knows Eli can't run no read option, bruh. He never could. Not in his younger days, not now. And this kid was able to run a read option. That's 1 rushing touchdown. And then he had a play later on in the game where he avoids a sack, gets out the pocket, moving way quicker than Eli ever could, and makes a throw to Saquon. So it's just like, at this point, you see the little things. And people have made this great point. I've been hearing it a lot ever since he took over the job. And that's teams like to play inspired and just play different and play with more of a meaning. When he
went into the huddle, I think near the end of the game, he was like, let's fucking go win this shit. And everybody took a step back. They were like,
"This is my quarterback."
No one's ever done that. Like Eli, you never hear Eli say some shit like that. Like, of course people are going to feel inspired.
Eli was like, come on, guys.
We don't got to deal with some 38-year-old. We got a young boy, and he actually wants to prove himself and win. Oh, yeah, let's go get this done.
Savage life. Savage life. Just that simple. Looking at the other young head that went off this week in his first or second game, actually, Kyle Allen.
Fried.
First of all, yeah, Cam Newton is definitely fried. Just for the simple fact that there's some black and white things you got to look at in this situation. One, this kid is 2-0 in his last 2 games that he's played, and Cam is 0-8 in his last 8 games.
But it's the fact that from 2015, from that 15-1 MVP record, losing a Peyton in the Super Bowl, Cam Newton has essentially fallen off.
He's never been the same.
His numbers have been subpar. He hasn't been doing anything. He was decent in fantasy last year, and then he ended up getting banged up in the ending towards the playoffs and this and that. But yeah, like Cam Newton, he's just falling off, and I think it's just a matter of time before Kyle Allen's the starter. You run it with Christian McCaffrey, and Cam Newton gets shipped out of there. He just doesn't get that big contract that he wants.
Not only that, I feel like the biggest thing with Cam is you see the way he is. You see the way he is in the media, the way he is after games, anything like that. He's not what you would want your typical quarterback to act like at the end of the day. And the fact of the matter is, this young kid came in, played 10 times better than Cam, posted a 144 QBR, and Cam has only topped that once in 125 career games, and this was this kid's 2nd career game. Like, bro, there's so many things you could get into, and it's just like at this point,
Cam's throwing motion is retarded. First of all, they're so awky. He had his great moments.
He's had his moments, and I feel like he needs to get around the right coach at this
6'5",
point.
240, but it's just like, yeah, like it's not working.
And I heard a great point today. If you want to carry yourself like he does, similarly to a running back, you're going to have the injuries of a running back. Your body's going to take toll on you like a running back does. You're not going to have as long as a career, just like running backs do. So it's just at this point, all those things are starting to add up, and the fact of the matter is, you don't want your quarterback acting like that, dressing like that, talking like that. It's making the decision very easy for the Carolina Panthers. Cam is doing this to himself at this point, especially when they came out and said today that this is a Liz Frank injury, which is an injury in your foot/ankle. And I saw Hollywood Brown deal with it up close and personal last year. I went to the Orange Bowl. He could not play against Alabama. So it's a very serious injury. You can't run, you can't walk, basically. So I think Cam's going to be out for a while, and this is just setting up the Carolina Panthers for the future at this point. Hopefully the right coach does get his hands on
so
Cam.
Many quarterback changes in the next 2 years. The league is like it's taking that shift where like those old heads, the Brees, the Roethlisbergers, the Bradys, all those people are going to eventually start going away. With Manning leaving, all these boys leaving, and it's just like the new age is coming. The Mahomes, the Watson. I even put Russell in there because I don't even think Russell's 31. Like he's still got a good like 8-9 years left. The Dax. The Tuas when they come in, the Trevor Lawrences when they come in. Andrew Luck was supposed to be there, but he back on the farm. Jimmy G. There's numerous quarterbacks that are just taking over, and they're under 26, under 25 years of age.
Yeah. So I feel like at this point for quarterbacks, it's that time. It's just time to make moves. And another place where I feel like, just getting off a little bit of topic, where it could be taking place next is New York Jets. Honestly, I don't think Sam Darnold's the answer at all. Personally.
No USC quarterback is the answer ever.
Personally, that's all.
I mean, it's just, come on, Matt Leinart, nothing. Carson Palmer, well, before Matt Leinart was Carson Palmer, he was decent. Matt Leinart, I don't have to say anything about him.
Matt Barkley.
I don't have to say anything about him.
Mark Sanchez.
I don't have to say anything about him.
Just
But yes, of course, he took the Jets to the AFC title game back-to-back years with that fucking defense that was just lethal. Don't give
Rex
Mark
Ryan was
Sanchez
your
that
head
much
coach, bro.
credit. Come on, man. Like, no USC quarterback has been good coming into the NFL. And Sam Darnold, they thought they had something there. No, they got some mono there because it's not gonna pan out either. You give them a year or two with Gase, they might go out the door together. To be real with you.
That's very, very possible. But looking at our week 3 takeaways and overall, I'll just jump right into it. Number 1 for me at least, like I said before, Patrick Mahomes, most terrifying quarterback in the league. He doesn't
100%.
have his number 1 receiver in Tyreek Hill, and he's out here making your everyday Joes look like top receivers. DeMarcus Robinson, I saw the stat. My man's had 4 receiving touchdowns in 49 career games coming into this season. He has 4 in 3 games. That's all I need to say. McCole Hardman, rookie out of Georgia. We've seen as soon as he gets the ball, people are confusing him for Tyreek at this damn point because he's so damn fast. That's how terrifying it
And he
is.
clocked the speed of like 21.77, but they don't know Tyreek's speed. So I just know Tyreek is like at the 23, 24.
It's terrifying.
It really is.
They got LaShawn McCoy doing terrifying things, catching screen passes, touchdowns.
And you gotta look out for the running back from LSU. He was
Darrell Williams, 100 yards from scrimmage.
Yeah, he had more snaps because Shady's still banged up somewhat too. But that just shows you that, like, bro, they could just keep losing people, and Andy Reid's just like, rookie, go in. You about to get 100 scrimmage yards right now.
We
Come on,
didn't
let's
even
go.
mention the number 1 tight end in the NFL who had 7 receptions, 90 yards. Just
12.8 fantasy points.
Just chilling.
Travis Kelce, week 2, had 20.2. He still hasn't had that breakout game of 30-plus points.
Chilling.
Exactly. He's just chilling. He's projected to have 1,500 receiving yards and 5
Sammy
touchdowns.
Watkins, I didn't even know
And not
Sammy
even-
Watkins was alive yesterday because he didn't do
That's how
anything
much
against
weapons
us.
they have.
But we all remember week 1, 3 touchdowns, shitting on
I know he was
whoever
gonna calm
they
down
played.
after that, but he's still he's still a good option for since Tyreek is gone.
Oh yeah, when Tyreek gets back and they just want to go track speed, it's gonna be terrifying. As NFL teams, as an NFL fan, I don't know what you're gonna do.
I got my other takeaway. I got 2 takeaways. I got well, basically, as I was saying, Russell Wilson, top 5 quarterback, arguably. I like him to possibly be in that MVP running, unless Patrick Mahomes by next week already has like 15 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 1,500 passing yards through just 1 month. Then yeah, just give him the MVP already. But my takeaway is there's 2 undefeated teams that I wouldn't even think have 3 wins by week 3, and that's the Bills and that's the 49ers. The 49ers, you got Deebo Samuel, you got Marquise Goodwin, they got a plethora of running backs. You got Breida, you got Mozart, you got someone else. In my personal opinion, I think you need to go get Melvin Gordon. Even though he wants to be a Los Angeles Charger, I'm going to keep on getting that confused for the next 5 years until it's implanted that they're in Los Angeles now. But yeah, you get Melvin Gordon instead of having to just have a committee of 3 to 4 different running backs. You get Melvin Gordon with Jimmy G, and that defense is already fire. They're 3-0, and we're going to see for real because I believe they play a divisional matchup this week, and if they don't, it's the next week. So I just really want to see what they do against Seattle and Los Angeles, the Rams, because I really think the 49ers are serious. I really think so because you're back up to Tom Brady. You're going to be good. Just look at Brissett.
Yeah, it's just
You're
very,
learning from
very
the
simple.
GOAT. And then my other takeaway, Josh Allen and the Bills. The Bills literally have one of the best defenses in football. They got Ed Oliver there just running shit. They're just crazy. I had Josh Allen. The only bad thing about Josh Allen is that he's gonna get those interceptions or he's gonna lose the fumble, just because he's young and he just is inconsistent that way. But other than that, he's a great player. I really think he's a good football player, and I really think the Bills are for real. And I don't think we're gonna see how for real they are when Bill Belichick goes over there. Let's see what happens. I really hope it's a close game, but knowing the Patriots, it's gonna be a close game through the first 25 minutes until Bill figures out Josh Allen and John Brown doesn't catch a ball and they end up losing by 25 points. But I still like the Bills. It's just, there's a big gap, obviously, when you're playing your fucking father for the past 15 years, the Patriots. But I like the Bills and I like the 49ers to be those sleepers because there's always sleepers when it comes to playoff talk. So I like the Bills and the 49ers to keep that going and at least win 10 games to go to the playoffs for both sides.
My other takeaway from week 3, and I feel like a lot of people feel like this at this point, or at least aren't saying it but thinking it, Cleveland Browns are overrated. Very simple. With all the talent you have on paper, with what that team looks like, everything that was talked about this offseason, be dangerous, stay dangerous, Baker, all that bullshit.
Baker's inconsistent.
It's just the fact in the matter, you got a top 5 receiver. You supposedly got a top quarterback. You know you got a stud running back out of Georgia because that's all they produce. So what's the problem right now?
It's Baker Mayfield.
It's just that simple. And you look at the fact that your head coach probably don't know what the hell he's doing, and he had the team in pads the entire summer.
I wouldn't even say like he's.
It's so many things that's going on with that team that's just wrong ethically, and it's just like, yo, I wouldn't want my team ran like that.
And like I wouldn't even say Baker's like fully overrated because it's his second year. I just think you guys gave him way too many expectations. You like, oh, Myles Garrett, oh my God, they got Odell, Juice, they were best friends in LSU. They've been best friends all their life. They played college. You got Chubb, you got Baker. Oh my God, Baker had 14 interceptions and what, 24, 25, 26?
Yeah, he broke Peyton's rookie.
Or like 27 touchdowns, some shit like that. And like you guys just everybody, all of ESPN, all of Fox, all these analysts overhyped the Browns as in like, oh my God, they're going to win the division. Pittsburgh, who? Baltimore, who? Nah, it's going to be the Browns division. The Browns might make it to the Super Bowl. You guys need to relax. If you didn't, the reason that everybody is so on the Browns now and, just talking shit about them is because, everybody expected them to come out of the AFC. It was Nick Wright. Oh my God, it's going to be Patrick Mahomes and Baker Mayfield for the next 10 to 15 years. This and that. Oh my God, the Browns and the Chiefs. It's going to be like Peyton against Brady. No. Stop hyping them up. And then when they just let them play, they got a lot of growing to do. It's in his second year, and you expect Baker Mayfield to have 50 touchdowns and 10 interceptions this year just because, of course, Patrick Mahomes set that gap and set that fucking expectation so high to just ball. But yeah, I don't think they're overrated because of what ESPN and what all these networks have been saying about them. I just think you give them some time, but they are going to have a tough stretch because they got to go against they already went against the Rams. They got a tough stretch, and I think it's all away games. They got to play you guys.
Baltimore.
They got to play a bunch of teams. I think they still have to play New England, if I'm not mistaken. They have to play a couple of teams, and we're going to see the Cleveland Browns in the next 5 weeks could easily be 1-6, 2-7, some shit like that. Just like that.
We never know.
Don't hype up teams. Just like you guys hyped up the Eagles mad long ago with
that super team.
With Michael Vick, with the cornerback that I don't know.
Asante Samuel, Namdi Asamoah, DRC. It was game time.
It was supposed to be the Super Bowl. It was supposed to be a team of all-stars, and you guys didn't even make the playoffs. Stop hyping up teams because of the moves they make in the offseason. As Delaney Walker said when they beat the Browns' ass in Week 1, you still got to play the football game. It don't matter who you get. It doesn't matter because at the end of the day, these are all professional athletes who got there because of their hard work and they can play the game of football or the game of basketball, whatever professional sport they're in.
Just that simple.
So don't hype up the team yet. You still got to play the game. The Browns still got to go every Sunday and play a game. And as you can see, they're 1-2. Wait until the game plays. Wait until the season starts before you just start saying they're going to do this and they're going to do that. Because then it goes in their head, oh my God, we got all these expectations. These motherfuckers said we're going to be right there with the Chiefs. We're going to be in the AFC title game. Oh shit. Oh shit, we got to do this. We got to do that. We lost by fucking 30 points to the Tennessee Titans.
People could make the argument that the Browns could be 0-3 if they actually played a second team in Week 2. Because let's just be honest, playing the Jets on that night with no Sam Darnold, you knew they were going to hand it off to Le'Veon. That was basically a bye week. That's like when anyone has to come play Miami or anything like that.
That was so easy. Like, oh my God, it's the fucking Jets, bro.
So it's just like, you got to take that with a grain of salt as well. So that 1-2 is not as big of a 1-2 as you think.
It's not a big 1-2 when it's the Jets.
Exactly. It's just that simple. And that team's really got some work to do at this point on all fronts, whether it's defense, special teams, running backs, quarterbacks, receivers. Everybody's got some work to do starting this week, especially when we come to Baltimore. We're not finna play no games. I can tell you, if we kept up with Patty Mahomes,
the Ravens just lost. Yeah, most definitely. I got
we just kept
Brown,
up
and
with.
I got the Ravens defense. You guys got to
stop playing.
Do some shit.
Cause can't nobody catch Lamar. I'm pretty sure we all saw the clips of Lamar doing all types of wild
stuff.
What do
you want me to do? I got the ball. They on my ass. I can't throw it to you, Mark Andrews. What do you want me to do?
I'm out here embarrassing
people. It might
be
an interception. Let me get this first down, and then we're gonna worry about getting you the ball, bro. You got a foot injury too. Just chill out. I can't pass you the ball right now.
Just chill. It's already in my left hand, bro. It's too much.
Like, what do you want me to do? I can't.
It's too much.
Just let me run.
All in all, as always, we feel like we covered all of our topics for today. As always, NBF_Trill on Twitter and Instagram.
I got Clo_Rogers on Instagram, NBF_Clo on Twitter. Nothing but facts with 3 at the end for Twitter and for Instagram. Comment on this video, subscribe to this channel, like it, share it. Appreciate you. Thank you.